Peace, kings and queens, gods and goddesses. So, in my last video, I stated that society teaches us to put ourselves last, and I'd like to elaborate on that because it would seem people wouldn't agree, and I want to kind of like provide some insight as to why I see things the way that I do, more so than anything. So, like, there is no more powerful influence than environment. And I've said that before, but since people wouldn't agree with me, I'm kind of thinking that I need to say it again. Because environment is so influential. And we're going to take a stroll down environment lane for this particular topic. Now, I cannot speak for everyone. I can only speak from the things that I've experienced. I'm aware that everyone's home life is different, so everyone might not be able to relate to my experiences or the things that I'm saying. And that's okay. But one thing for sure and two things for certain, the school systems are all relatable. I don't care what school you go to, private school, public school, Catholic school, any other school. They are relatable. Every single one of them. And this environment is literally just as impactful, if not more. Probably more. So, like, growing up, I was often shut down. I was shut down from expressing myself emotionally, from speaking up for myself, my opinions, how I felt, things I've experienced. Shit, pretty much everything, honestly. I'm sitting up here trying to think, and there's no point. I was always fucking shut down. And that honestly stayed with me until adulthood. Like, I really never really grasped how much that affected me until I took the time to acknowledge it. And it affected me a lot. In my personal opinion, this was actually worse for boys and men, as I've stated, but you know, y'all can go watch the videos about that. Y'all hear that? I don't know what that is, but it did scare me a little bit. One thing for sure and two things for certain. I heard and hear often, even with like toddlers, it's like a I'm grown thing all the time, or I'm more powerful than you because I'm an adult type thing, you know? If we're crying and shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear that. Even with toddlers. If we're upset or angry, we're too sensitive or we're the problem. When we don't want to do something, we're lazy and don't listen, or it's like, what did I say? No explanation, just what did I say? If we're confused, we don't listen, or we don't pay attention. When we ask questions, we talk too much. And things aren't explained because I don't have to explain myself to a child. Yeah, that's a great attitude to have. when we're practicing awareness, we need to stay in the child's place. When we're honest, all hell breaks loose. When we lie, we're just liars. No one acknowledges this is learned behavior, and most of the time it's a defense mechanism. If we speak against, we're shut down. Because we aren't grown. We don't know anything. And please understand that this is a generational thing. And this is why this must be broken. It has to be broken because it's a cycle that's going to continue unless someone changes it. And I'm changing it. Because no, I can't. And this is a big reason why we as adults don't open up. And I don't want that for my kids. I want my kids to be very expressive. Now, let's not forget about the good old school system, where we were taught how to follow instructions. And don't misinterpret what I'm saying. Rules aren't a bad thing. Not at all. I think that society needs rules. But these rules are a horrible thing when there's an agenda, kind of behind it. And with that agenda being to create slaves, I'm just someone who's totally against school systems. So let's just put it that way. If you're a child that's too hyperactive, there has to be something wrong with you. So now you must be medicated to become this big blob of nothing and to become a better slave. Don't you dare speak while the teacher is talking. They'll tell you when it's okay to speak. If you have to use the bathroom, you must hold it until you're given permission. And then you only have 5 minutes. Because it doesn't take that long to pee. It shouldn't take you that long to use the bathroom. When a bell rings, it's time to switch activities. Go to the next station back. Oh boy, it's lunchtime. And we get 30 minutes to eat. How exciting is that? Now let's take a break and go to recess. But that's only for children under 12. After that, it's back to class. And it should only take you 2 minutes to get to class. Do not be late. Do not be late to school. Do not break the rules, because we'll kick you out, either temporarily or permanently. They choose the information that's valuable for us to know. They choose. And they teach us his story. It's definitely not mine. I'll tell you that for sure. That's not my history. Let's not forget about math and science, because these are skills we'll definitely need in our everyday life, right? Yeah. Then, they tell you if you're smart or not based on the GPA and the grade system, which is pretty much, telling you your worth and your value and what you would amount to in the world. Good shit. Let's not forget that there's 6 hours in the school day. And once you turn 16, you're old enough to work. Hooray! Why 16? Because you've been conditioned enough to understand what you are programmed, what you need to do in order to keep a job. At this point, I'm hoping that you guys are following me when I say that we have been condemned. We have been condemned. And this isn't even everything. These are just like some examples and reasons we are not comfortable putting ourselves first. And yes, all of this ties into that. We don't want to get into trouble. Sounds an awful lot like fear, doesn't it? Because that's exactly what the fuck it is. We fear putting ourselves first. We fear making decisions for ourselves. We fear the consequences that can possibly come with that. And more than anything, we've developed a slave mentality. Well, not developed, we were taught to have a slave mentality. Environment has taught us to put ourselves and needs last. That we don't matter, that we don't know anything, that we should not think for ourselves, that we are incapable of thinking for ourselves. To do as we're told. Amongst so many other things. And I want y'all to really feel me when I say this. I want y'all to feel the video because it's kind of the point of it. I'm trying to spread awareness to things people might be a little not aware of. Things that people don't have awareness to, that are being overlooked. And these things are exactly why, we are left powerless. And it's time that we take our power back. Because since we were children, we've kind of been given our power to other people to stay out of trouble. It's what we were taught to do. And please hear me when I say that this is not a coincidence. This is not accidental. This is purposeful. And it matters. So much contributes to why this is not an easy task. But nothing worth having comes easy. And the key word there is worth. You having power is definitely worth having. You taking control of your life back, that's something worth obtaining. You being free, who does not want to be free? Hopefully everybody does. I can't really speak for everybody, but your freedom is worth obtaining. And everything that you have to do to get there, it's a task, but it's worth it. For sure. And I just want better for everybody. And I'm happy that I can kind of even come back and elaborate on things when people are a little confused on the things that I'm stating, because again, awareness is super important to remain aware, and the things that I'm aware of now, I feel like can help the world more than anything. So I'm playing my part, and it's time y'all play your part and start putting yourselves first. It's literally the only way that anything's gonna change for yourself and your kids. And if you know me, nothing is more important than my children to me. I love my nuggets. But that's all I got for you on, today.